It's story time. Story time. Let's read it story time. Story time. I'm Geek the story time. Story time. You and me, it's story time. Story time. Let's achieve. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Story Time with me, Kayla. How's everyone doing out there? I hope you are doing well and making sure to stay safe. Now today we have another special Arthur feature. Today we are going to take a look at a book from Arthur and, in my opinion, certified boss, Shariece Williams. Now she has written quite a few books and we're going to read one of them today. So without further ado, the book we will be reading tonight is called Penny D's First Basketball Game, written by Shariece Williams. Ready to see what this book is all about? Ready, set, let's begin. Whoosh. Penny D's First Basketball Game, written by Shariece Williams. Here we go. She dedicates this book to her son, and she also wants to give thanks to God, her husband, her parents, in-laws, brothers, sisters, and her close friends. Hey, shout out to all of you all, and shout out to her daughter too. Penny D is many kids around the world, seemingly discouraged and unwilling to work hard for what he wants to do. But with a little attention, motivation, and encouragement, he just might make the basketball team. Ooh, let's read to find out. It's Sunday, and Penny D does only one thing on Sundays: watch basketball. The boy even makes sure to finish all his homework early on Saturday so he can watch basketball on Sunday with his dad. Penny D is so locked in, he remembers all the moves in detail. The dunking is his favorite. Ooh, it's my favorite too. It's pretty cool. Excited from all the action after the basketball game, Penny D goes to the garage and fishes out his old basketball from his storage bin. He goes out to his backyard and starts to dribble. Dad hears the ball bounce and goes out to play too. But in that moment, Penny D tries to dribble between the legs. The ball hits his foot and rolls for the third time in a row, and he gets upset. Penny D throws the ball away and heads back in. Oh, has there ever been a time you were trying to do something and it just didn't work out and you got upset? Yeah, it happens to me too. Hey, what's wrong? Let's play, Dad says. What's the point? I'll never be good enough, Penny D says. I even thought I could make the team at school. I don't know what I was thinking. He shakes his head. Penny D, you haven't held a ball in your hands in so long, and the first thing you did was try a between-the-leg dribble. If you are going to learn how to play basketball, you have to start from the basics and fundamentals and work your way up. I know it looks easy when you watch professionals on TV, but those guys have had years and years of practice to become so great. Remember, Penny D, you have to learn how to crawl before you walk and walk before you can run. So start with the fundamentals. This is the beginning. Let's go. So true. Dad takes the ball and they start with the simple drills, passing, dribbling in place with one hand, then with the other. While they practice, Dad says, "Is the team already set at the school?" Penny D replies, "No, tryouts are in 3 weeks." "Yeah, that's great," Dad says. "Do you think I can make the team?" Penny D asks. The question is, Penny D, do you think you can? If you work hard and believe in yourself, there will be no doubt. I know you can, Dad says. But we don't even have a hoop, Dad. His dad gives him a smile and says, you just focus on the fundamentals and keep practicing. You have a little way to go before you start shooting. Yep, you gotta start with those basics. Simple ball handling skills. After that, Penny D bounces his ball and practices all the basic basketball moves every day for hours and hours. He goes out on the sidewalk and always does the same drills. Dribbling with his right and left hand, he goes up and down the block 10 times. Then does crossovers from his left hand to right hand and does the same 10 times up and down the block. By the end of the first week, Penny D is dribbling and handling the ball with confidence. He starts to dribble without looking and even learns a few new crossovers and spin moves. Ooh, nice. See, he worked so hard that even in a week, he learned some new moves and he had confidence in himself. And one day, as he does his routine, Penny D sees his dad coming in his truck with a basketball hoop in the back. Now we can get the shooting, Dad says with a smile through the window. Penny D and his dad set up the hoop in front of their garage and start to shoot. Dad gives him advice and tells him how to shoot properly. After one game, Dad goes inside and leaves Penny D alone to practice his shot until it's dark out. 'Cause practice makes perfect. Now that Penny D has everything he needs for the next 2 weeks, all he does is practice playing basketball. One day, his dad sees him trying to score from as far away as possible. He says, "Remember one word, Penny D, fundamentals. I know everyone wants to shoot 3-pointers and dunk, but those will come later. At the tryouts, they will want to see how hard you try and how determined you are, and that's just dribbling and layups. If you get those 2 down, you will make the team for sure. Unobstructed, you should never lose the ball or miss a layup. That's your goal." "Got it, Dad," Penny D says and goes for a layup. "That's it. Dribble, catch, 2 steps, off the board, bucket. When you make 9 out of 10, we can play one-on-one," Dad says. "You're on." Penny D shouts with a smile and starts to practice his layups. The basics and fundamentals. The first day, he only gets 2 out of 10, but he is quickly learning. With every day, the number goes up and up. When late one night, he makes 8. He goes inside out of breath and thirsty for water when Dad asks, "How many today?" 8. Penny D points at him and says, "You're going down." "Ooh, I'm scared," Dad jokes. The very next day, Penny D makes all 10 out of 10 layups. The tryouts are just a few days away, and it's a perfect time to start training one-on-one. All the way to the tryouts, Dad starts playing with Penny D every day, giving him dribbling tips and teaching him how to evade blocks. Aww. The day is finally here. The weeks have passed and tryouts are here. There are dozens of kids that want to be on the basketball team, but with all the work Penny D put in, he wants it the most. The coaches make the kids do different drills to see the players' ball handling, shooting, and layup skills. Penny D excels at each one as the coaches weed out more than half the kids. To the end of the tryouts and making their final decisions, the coaches divide the players into 2 teams and they play a full basketball game. Penny D knows it's his time to shine. Penny D keeps it simple. He doesn't try any fancy dribbling moves or shoot threes. The other kids often make simple mistakes and got some violations, but Penny D can do it with his eyes closed. At halftime, Penny D already had 15 points. Ooh. But then something happens that he didn't see coming. The coaches barely put him in the second half. Penny D starts to get scared. If he doesn't play, he can't prove himself. So just as the game is about to end, Penny D says to the coach, "Can I get more minutes, Coach? I can do better. I know it." Coach gives him a smile and says, "You did enough, son. You were locked in the first quarter, and we gave you the second so you could have a little fun. Now we only put in players that we're not sure of." That's a good thing. "Did you do well?" Dad asks him. "Dad, you came," Penny D says excitedly. "Of course, but I didn't get to see you play too much. How were you in the first half?" Dad asks. You'll find out now, Penny D says as the coaches start to read the list. Penny D's name comes up first and his dad gives him a big hug. If you learned how to play basketball in 3 weeks, you can really do anything, Dad tells him. Now let's go get some pizza. Aww. And she left some dribbling, passing, shooting, rebounding, and defense skills in the back of the book, which is pretty cool. The end. Yes, K-Crew! You know, it's all about practice and understanding the fundamentals. Now, even though we talk about basketball in this book, the message can be used in real life settings. For example, the basic life fundamentals that you're learning now is going to help you when you become an adult. Now, I hope you enjoyed reading this book as much as I did. To find your copy and to check out her other books, make sure to head on over to Amazon, and also be sure to follow Shariece Williams on social media. Now, fun fact, author Shariece Williams might be coming to your city because she has co-created a book fair that goes from coast to coast, so you might just be able to grab your own autographed copy. I will leave more information in the description box below because I will be there for the Chicago location. Make sure to stay tuned because we will be reading her other book, Princess Heart Learns to Cheer, very soon. I thank you all so much for joining me, but it's time to sing goodbye. Are you ready? Goodbye, 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 goodbye. My friends, goodbye to you. I hope to see you again real soon. Be proud of all your work tonight. Now climb into bed and sleep real tight. On a count of 3, let's say goodnight. 1, 2, 3.